I was told I had cancer. I had to get my leg along with my pelvic bone amputated. The only way I would be able to cope is if I started living the life that would make me comfortable, that I've always dreamt of. And that's when I created Mama Cax. Never look back. I'm Mama Cax, I'm a blogger, I'm a model, and I'm an advocate, and a badass. Strong is confidence. I've always been interested in style, like putting together clothing, playing around with colors and textures. It was never a goal of mine to even be in the fashion industry. And I feel like it kind of happened by accident, really. I was working a regular 9 to 5 and I decided to start blogging at the time.
Oh my god, that was so fun.
Pretty quickly I started collaborating with different fashion brands, and I think that's when the journey began. I think my style goes from church outfit to really sexy night out. It could be like something really short. I always say the shorter the dress, the closer you are to heaven. Strong is adapting. I don't think I can pinpoint the exact date. I was told I had cancer. I started getting sharp pain in my pelvic area. And eventually I was told I had a tumor. And when I had my biopsy, I was told it was osteosarcoma, which is a severe form of bone cancer, which at the time had also metastasized in my lungs. Giving up isn't something I do. Hearing that I had to get amputation was devastated. Being so young, you're not thinking about the fact that you went through something so traumatic and then you should be grateful. It's more so now I'm not looking like every other girl. That's when those sort of body image insecurities start to rise. And that's when I created Mama Cax, which is, that inner personality. I always had this voice inside my head that would give me advice, and I always imagined that voice to be this 60-year-old black woman who's fierce, who doesn't care about what anyone thinks because she's been around forever. Fast forward to now, I think I've become that person. Probably my greatest asset is being able to adapt to any situation and environment. You can't control what happens, but what you can control is how you move forward and how you use your circumstance or your story to help other people and empower other people. So I was swimming a lot and then going to the gym, but I was looking for more activities that were not only fun but also challenging. I found rock climbing. It's just kind of a way for me to de-stress and not think about the craziness of New York City and just challenge myself. Be fierce. I think a lot of people don't realize how body shaming or even bullying sort of affects someone. I think it's important to not only love ourselves, but love other people for how they are. Not everyone comes in the same size or the same skin tone, and we all deserve to be embraced for how we look. I get a lot of messages from people all around the world asking me, how am I so confident? How did I come to love myself? How can they do it? Even if one person was able to learn from one of my posts, then that was enough for me. Met on set in Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last year at some point. I think we were just the only two people who were not getting their makeup done at the moment. So I was just like, hi, I know who you are.
As you know, a lot of work that I do is sort of pushing for more inclusion of women with people with disabilities in the fashion industry.
Yeah.
So for you, how important do you think inclusion is?
I think if inclusion didn't exist, I would not have a job. I would not be doing what I'm doing. You would not be doing what you're doing. You wouldn't touch so many people's lives, and And I think it goes beyond just us being up, like being where we are, because there's space for everyone everywhere, you know, like everyone can really literally do anything. It's just a matter of allowing people to enter that realm, you know.
And it also makes me think that people who look like us, who are seeing what we're doing, can say, I too can do it.
Of course.
Or they can push it in different industry where they're not so visible or represented.
Like, we are in a public setting. Don't be little.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take as much as you possibly can.
There's just already so much pressure being a woman. So I think it's important that we support each other, because without that support, I think it's going to be hard to accomplish the things that we want to accomplish. Strong is just loving yourself overall.